In Afghanistan's Kandahar province, a Taliban attack on a district police headquarters ended with the deaths of 5 Taliban fighters, 1 police officer and 4 civilians. A police spokesman said the attack in Maiwand district began with a suicide car bombing, followed by an hour-long firefight. Taliban attacks have been increasing as Western forces prepare to pull most combat troops out of Afghanistan by the end of the year. In Armenia, hundreds of workers from a Soviet-era chemical plant marched on the main government building in Yerevan, demanding to meet Prime Minister Hovik Abrahamyan. They've been told they'll be laid off in February and are demanding nearly 2 years' back pay. Work at the Nerit chemical works, the largest in Armenia, has been suspended for the last 6 years. In Pakistan's Khyber tribal district, a 3-day anti-polio drive was launched to vaccinate thousands of children under 5 years old. The campaign is being conducted under tight security following a long-running series of attacks on polio vaccination teams, which militants see as Western spies. Many of the 276 polio cases recorded so far this year in Pakistan have been reported from tribal areas. In Pakistan's northern city of Peshawar, nurses blocked the main road through the city and staged a sit-in in front of the provincial assembly. The protesters demanded that their pay and conditions be improved to match those of nurses in more prosperous parts of Pakistan. Comparatively less money is spent on public services in Peshawar and the surrounding Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, where the conflict with Taliban militants is a heavy drain on resources. At Zarechny jail in Kazakhstan, a former opposition politician, Vladimir Kozlov, learned his request for a less strict prison regime was turned down on December the 8th. When a hearing began at the jail 3 days earlier, Kozlov's wife, Alia Turazbekova, was denied entry. Kozlov is serving a 7.5-year sentence for joining an oil workers' protest in 2011, in which police killed at least 16 people. At the Georgian parliament in Tbilisi, teachers delivered a petition calling for their wages to be gradually increased over the next 3 years. The average teacher's wage is less than the equivalent of $200 a month. The petition calls for it to double. The government has proposed an increase of less than $30 a month from next September. And that's the video roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.